Mike, did you evaluate Luke's play once he went into the game in that situation?
Thought he played well. And I thought he played well. Played better than I thought he would too.
Did you change your play calling a little bit to make things easier for him as he got into the flow of the game?
For the first couple series, just kind of simple stuff to get him kind of rolling along.
Have you received a status update on Connor?
No, not exactly. So.
Could you talk about what Connor's meant to your efforts to build a culture here at Washington State?
Connor's huge. Connor's contributions to this program, most of them are ones that the public doesn't fully have an appreciation of. But Connor's contributions to this program are gigantic.
Can you think of one of those contributions in particular that you think has really had an impact on the team?
I think his leadership and competitiveness.
If Connor wasn't able to go, who would be the backup quarterback behind Falk?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. What other ones you got to read off there?
Mike, I know it's a inter-team thing, but you were out by Connor's side, kneeling by him. Can you give us an idea of what kind of sentiments you tried to pass on to him?
Well, I mean, he's obviously very disappointed, and I just try to, relax him and put him in the calmest perspective I could.
What did you think of Falk's leadership in this game?
Thought it was good. I thought he stepped up, stepped in, ready to play right away.
And then in regard to the incompletions, did you think that they were more drops or more just incompletions?
They were drops. They hit guys right in the chest, hands, and guts, and if they're bullets, they would have killed them.
And do you think that was because of the weather or something else?
I think it was mental.
You always talk about playing the next play. How difficult is that when you see your team leader go down? How difficult is it to refocus after that?
Well, I think there's that. I mean, us as a team needs to remain competitive when there's adversity. There's always going to be adversity in football, and you got to remain competitive. And at some point we've got to, each individual play's got to be our own personal masterpiece. As opposed to you roll along. We're just too up and down emotionally. I mean, as far as good play, bad play, we're just all over the map. I mean, we got to take pride in each individual play and make the most out of that. And we still are result determinative in everything we do as far as a play goes. I mean, plays are going to be up and down until we're just competing for the sake of competing, and instead of based on some artificial evaluation of plays, we're going to struggle.
Do you think some of those mental issues, the drops in particular, do you think the situation with bowl game qualification was meant more to the team than you would have hoped it did?
I doubt it, and if it did, then their head's in entirely the wrong place, and it's certainly not where we've coached them to have it. But whatever we're telling them as far as competing isn't getting through, and so we've got to do a better job of that as coaches.
The coverage on punts and earlier this year on kickoffs, are you seeing one common thread there, or is it as bad as it sometimes
we're
looks?
improving. We're improving slightly, but we're not very good at it. I mean, we're going to have to work on punting the ball out of bounds, clearly.
Was it part of the game plan to use Theron so much, or did his play dictate that?
A little of both. A little of both. Plan to use him, and we're excited about playing him. And then as he did well, he's explosive. He was explosive, excited to play, and did good things. So then we played him more and more. Then we accelerated how much we played him.
What about Tyler Baker allowed him to lead the team in receiving yards today?
It's just good, consistent effort, and he's been doing some things. Well, he had a great week, and actually had a pretty good week last week too. So Baker's just kind of progressively gotten better. As he settled down, because he's a guy that tries real hard, and sometimes plays too tight, over tries, and So as he's relaxed and settled down, then he's played better, you know, because he's always been kind of a technician, precise about where he goes and how he gets there.
What specific part about the USC passing game tonight and what Kessler was doing out there were you guys hoping that you could have locked down a little more specifically than what ended up happening on the field?
Just one-on-one matchups, you know, just one-on-one matchups, and they just beat us. I mean, there was times we could have gotten more pressure, and then, at some point, our corners got to go out there and play like they expect to be there. You know, I mean, it's an oversimplification to say a guy's a young guy, but, you know, everybody says, well, I want to start as a freshman. If you want to start off as a freshman, if you get the chance, go out there and play like you belong there.
Were you guys really trying to take away the underneath pass after last week?
I mean, not specifically. It wasn't like, okay, snap, take away their underneath passing. It's, you know, the running back's probably the biggest threat.
Mike, I know obviously you don't usually comment on injuries, but because of Connor's contribution to the program, being a senior, there's a report out now that he's gone under surgery for a broken fibula. Is that accurate? Would you know?
He's having surgery, yeah.
He's out and definitely out.
I'm not commenting on that.
Okay.
Other questions for Coach? Thanks, Coach.
All right.